Alright guys, it has begun. We are moving south. Next stop, Australia. Sort of. A lot of stops in between. We're leaving Xiamen now. I have to board a little ferry that's gonna take me off the island and put me directly in line with the road to take me south. Actually, the next big place to head to is gonna be Shenzhen, Hong Kong. So much for the typhoon we were supposed to get. I think we'll get some rain and it'll be pretty windy. But besides that, it'll be okay. All right, folks, well, the typhoon isn't very bad for me as far as weather goes, but it sure is messing with my plans. There was a ferry, because Xiamen is mostly an island, and a lot of bridges link it to the mainland of China. There's a ferry that was right close to where my hotel was, that if you took it, would take you like right off the island and then plop you on the other side of the water separating the island from the mainland, and right on the path, right on the path. Unfortunately, the typhoon, which isn't that bad, is bad enough that they have like restricted all of the ferries, so they're all closed down, which means that it adds a really like almost 20 or 30 kilometers onto my ride, which is like like a third of my ride. And then like I'm trying to find a bridge that I can take over the river now, and this bridge is a highway bridge, not gonna work, and this guy's staring at me, and I have a feeling I'm just gonna be hopping farther and farther away from my original plan as I try and find a way over the separating water mass? You can say land mass. Can you say water mass? Liquid? The separating liquid between Xiamen and the mainland. Frustrating. So it's gonna take me probably 2 hours to get to where I should have gotten via a short boat ride. Bummer. So I'm using this new map program. It's a Chinese map, like Google Maps, but it has a bicycle option on it. You hit bicycle, and it'll tell you how, if you're riding a bicycle, you can get from A to B. It's in Chinese, but all you gotta do is point an A, point a B, and it'll tell you. This is the second bridge I've come to. It says it's okay for me to ride over, and there is a no motorbike, no walking, and no cycling. I keep moving farther and farther away from my intended path. Frustrating. That looks kind of scary, to be honest. It's a good thing that they're not letting bicycles ride through here with people. Might trip over it. That's a booby trap if I ever saw one. That's not cool. All right, the progress is slow. The rain is misting, but it's not too bad. I'll tell you what, I haven't worn a brimmed hat in a while. I've been wearing that fishing cap. I left it at Ningbo, that's why I don't have it. And I bought this yesterday. Ooh, this is nice. The wind doesn't flip it up, and it protects you from the rain. I haven't worn a brim. I'm enjoying the brimmed hat. Anyways, I'm sort of just reserving myself to say move as slow or as fast as you can, and just keep on going, keep on going. It's gonna be a while. I'm gonna add a lot of distance today that I shouldn't be doing, or that I hadn't originally planned on doing. Jayoe. Today is a day that shouldn't be. I should have stayed in Xiamen 1 or 2 more days. Why? Because I am going so far out of my way to find a bridge and a road to get to where that ferry would have easily taken me, that I'm adding almost a day's ride, if not more, by the end of it. Because every road that I'm told I can ride on this map program turns out to be a toll road, a major highway, because I keep having to stop and turn around, and and rethink my route. Really frustrating. I'm barely off Xiamen Island. If I would have taken the ferry, like the ferry was only closed today because of the typhoon. If I could have waited out the weather and taken that ferry, it would have taken me from here all the way to an area where I can continue my ride without having to worry about roads. So if I would have just waited out, it might take me just about 2 days to get to the point that I would have been to had I taken a 30-minute ferry. And now I'm in like this little city, this like pocket city. All the roads going out of this city are like major roads, not necessarily cycling roads. So I'm gonna have to kind of whittle my way around and wind around. I could have just worked on videos and stayed at the hostel in Xiamen. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Because nobody anyway. All right, guys. Sometimes you just got to know when you're beat. I think I beat. I was cycling and getting to a bridge I can't cross, and then another bridge I can't cross, and this bridge that's right over here is really long, and it bisects a whole lot of land. Without the bridge that I'm about to cross, it's another 40 kilometers, 30, 40 kilometers, and I'm already 43 kilometers beyond where I should have gone, because if I would have gotten that ferry, it would have bisected everything I've ridden so far, except for maybe 4 kilometers to the ferry terminal. So I'm sitting here, it's raining, there's not a lot of hotels or anything around, and I pulled the trigger. I'm gonna find a truck, and the truck's on its way. I'm gonna let it take me over the bridge because there's no bikes allowed, but there are trucks, and I got a little hotel on the other side. Basically today, the entire ride today, including this little truck ride over the bridge, will be all unnecessary if that ferry terminal was open. Like, anyways, when it gets here, it'll take us over. I can rejoin the original path that I wanted to do in the first place. I don't mind a little detour, but this detour continues on and up into the mountains, over a bunch of bridges, into some highways. I'm not sure if they're cycle friendly. It would just get really complicated if I kept going. And I thought, I'm just gonna go with a truck to get me over this bridge and get me to where I know I can continue. Anyways, waiting for a truck. Okay, guys, I found a truck, and the truck brought me here. I'm at a little guest house, which is owned or run by a guy whose mother and father are kind of here, but he's not here. And it's very clean, very nice. And the father and I just sat down and had a bunch of tea and ate boiled peanuts, which is not my favorite, but it was nice to sit down with him. I am sort of ashamed that I took the vehicle and I rode here. It was sort of like a spur of the moment frustration that I was like, I didn't know where I was going to be able to end up finding my way around, and it was raining and I was getting really frustrated, and I made like a really fast decision. I said, screw this, and I called Annie. Annie actually helped me get a truck to take me, and it was the wrong decision. This trip is pretty much about riding the trike and making my way around, and I just threw away riding the trike and seeing if I could find a solution to my problem, and I found an easy solution, and I paid for it, and then this truck took me to this place, and the relive video at the end of this episode, you'll see the distance that I covered was about 90 some kilometers, which funny, I normally cover that distance on the trike, but I was only like 40 kilometers into it when I got the ride. So I'm at a point right now where I can continue without the need of a truck, obviously. I'm beyond all of these crazy bridges and stuff that were going to cause me a lot of problems, and there's nothing but open road ahead. Tomorrow is going to be rainy and crazy weather, so I'm going to take tomorrow off and stay here. This is like a very, like beyond this room, like if you go outside, it is like village China. like the people out there never saw a foreigner before kind of thing, you know? And so it'll be kind of a nice opportunity for me to focus and not have any distractions, because there's nothing to be distracted by. Yeah, I made the wrong choice by and the logistics of trying to get the truck, and then, you know, Annie was getting stressed out trying to help me, and I felt bad for involving her in trying to solve my problem on the road. And anyways, I'm just telling you guys straight up, I am not happy about the decision I made, but I'm here, and I'm in a nice dry place, and I've circumvented a bunch of rigmarole that I would have had to have done. If I didn't take that truck, I would have had to have, in order to get to this point right now, I think I would have had another 100 kilometers in order to circumvent all of that stuff. So it would have been a long slog. I would not have made it here without that truck. In fact, I think I would have probably drove another 10 kilometers or something and been so pissed off and frustrated for not, first of all, stopping in Xiamen and just waiting out the typhoon, and second of all, not planning my route a little bit better and talking to somebody, that I would have, I just been really frustrated. So I'm frustrated here, or I would have been frustrated there, and either way I was frustrated. But yeah, so I'm going to end the vlog. I got to work on some stuff. Kind of an interesting thing, I just booked the Son Doong Cave in Vietnam, which is my like top 5 bucket list item, and that is pretty amazing. So I'll tell you more about that later. We'll just end the vlog right now. So take it easy, Jayoe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.